So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Black Tower podcast. This segment we like to refer to as BTP React. It's a segment in which we react to a thing that has happened, a progression, if you will, as to the state of the most anticipated television epic of all of our lifetimes. Because let's face it, like, we've all wanted this for years.
This week, someone sliced bread. BTP reacts.
Damn, look at the way Equate is slicing that bread, y'all.
So I'm going to apologize right off the bat to you guys. You probably, I don't know how much I'm going to talk and not, and I'm going to try to keep the throat clearing and all of that to as minimum as I can. I'm sick. We finished the What a Holiday stream. I went and helped celebrate my roommate's birthday. Woke up the next morning with my throat hurting like crazy. So I've had enough times, 95% sure it's strep throat. So I've got lozenges, I've got cough drops, I've got all that fun stuff. So
perfect. Well, keep on top of that, man. Strep sucks. It is one of the worst things ever. I used to get that as a kid. Like, I'd have like 3 or 4 times as a kid, and that's just
Well, I'm not going to do it now, but whenever we go to record the actual episode, remind me, and let me tell you how weird strep throat was for me as a kid.
That'll be a fun story.
But we're not going to react to my sickness, my strep throat. I mean, I feel, because obviously I have to keep the throat all lubricated and stuff. And the doctor said, don't squirt KY jelly down there. It's not going to help. So
I think that's wrong. I think you should do that.
Well, anyway. I did it for the first 2 days, and it was all right for a second. Then, like, I started coughing. Have you ever blown a bubble coughing with KY jelly?
No.
It's not pleasant. It's so thick when you try to breathe in to recover from the cough, you're like waterboarding yourself almost.
I have this image of, like, you know, like when the bullfrog is like, like they do the big neck thing. I had the image of you being like, and like pop it, and then the cough noise comes out. Cough. Oh shit!
It's like a SpongeBob bubble.
Yes, that one. Oh, BTP. Yeah. We're not reacting to Andrew's sickness. Definitely not what this episode is about. This episode is about, I don't know how much you guys stalk and or follow the actors of the show, but around the Black Tower, we do it frequently. It's
normally Josh. It's the first one to say it if somebody else doesn't put it in our Discord.
Yes.
This week
we
I
have an army of minions that go out and find it as well.
All the initiates and the soldiers and the dedicated and their fellow Ashwan, they go out and they find everything. They come back and like, my hells, you must see, we offer news.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. This is a thing that happens on the reg.
Yeah,
but this week, I was a lot more hyped than probably a lot of people were. Because it's not groundbreaking. It's not earth shattering. It's not.
Here's this never before known aspect of the TV show.
Yeah.
It's not honestly not even something that wasn't expected.
Right. So what it was a picture. If you follow Daniel Henny on Instagram, which you should,
and if you haven't seen it, I'll put it on the screen with this caption right about
right now.
Now, yeah.
Now.
Right there.
Oh, I was too soon.
Yeah.
That's what
building anticipation.
Oh, I like it. Well, he is, as you can see, he's there in a studio looking at a paper, headphones, mic, the whole 9 works.
He's just so chill, like hands in the pockets.
Yeah, he's just like
with the whole, like, you know, the thumbs hanging over the front of the pockets.
He's like, I'm Daniel fucking Henny. What?
I can't stop looking at the dude's fucking buys and tries.
Dude, he's like, he was like cut before. And now he's a freaking like faceted diamond. Like that dude is insane. They did such a good job casting him.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you look down at the picture, if you look at the caption underneath the picture, you'll see that he says, "I wish you guys could see what I'm seeing right now."
With the smiley face. No,
With
a winky face.
a
It's a
winky face. It's like
a winky face.
he's like, "Yeah, wish you could see what I can see." Which my first impression after the oh my god, more content is okay, Dick. You know damn well you got yourself a camera there. No, I mean I'm not actually upset. I'm excited. This is ridiculously awesome. Now, many people may be asking the question, but Josh, why do we care about Daniel Henny standing in a recording studio? He plays Lon Mandragoran. Like, why would he even be in a studio? He doesn't need to be in a studio.
Because it's Daniel fucking Henny. That's why we care.
He's the new Chuck Norris, okay? I need you all to accept that. Like right now. Just get it.
I'm gonna say like Chuck Norris
closet for Lon Mandragoran.
They're right here. No, I'm gonna say they're right here for me.
You think they're like right there?
I think they're like right there with Daniel Henny, just like a half step below Chuck Norris. That's only because the career connection I have with Chuck Norris. Those of you that didn't know, Chuck Norris used to be a security forces member in the U.S. Air Force.
That is true.
Whereas, to my knowledge, Daniel Henny was not. So,
no, as a matter of fact, that's how Chuck got his martial arts training. Is overseas. He started
because I think he started competitively, like competing as part of an Air Force martial arts team. I think. I don't know.
So here's why Lon is in a recording studio. So first off, you know, if you want to remove any voiceover, because you know, there's always like, you know, oh, come with me, boy, and as they're riding off, you know, his voice is over, you know, sweeping vistas of whatever thing they're going, you know, and he's explaining sword techniques as we watch a visual montage of Lon training Rand. Are they going to say Rond? Lon and Rond? Maybe. We shall see. But, you know, there could be, you know, voiceover action, like, you know, watch your form, sheepherder, you know, that kind of stuff, which I'm really looking forward to. But there's
First
another
thing I thought of was like, I've always wondered how they get the nice, clear, crystal audio of actors and actresses and all.
Yes.
Or just actors, to use it as a gender neutral term. How they get the clear, crisp audio from everybody in the middle of a battle scene. And I'm guessing, I have no idea about production, how this goes, which like kind of super sucks that Daniel isn't here. Well, thankfully Josh knows something about it. But we know our Daniel, and obviously Daniel Henny, but our Daniel knows about it. Because he's like auditioned for voice acting and lives in LA and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I was thinking maybe this is a way that they get some of that more crisp audio that, you know, that way they don't have to fight with like closed wrestling and everything with like hidden mics and costumes and stuff. So that's kind of what I thought. Maybe this is part of that.
That is exactly one of the other reasons that they go into a studio like this. It's called sweetening. And they do it in all kinds of scenarios. So when people are scuffling and fighting, you know, you've got people in there with clothing and they're rustling it back and forth. One of the most famous examples of this in recent years, or at least that they've shown, is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in his latest Wolverine movie, Logan. I was having trouble thinking the title there. I was like, oh, I know it. I know I do. But he is, you know, it's just basically him in a studio and he's, and what he's doing is he's watching the movie and growling and grunting as his character on screen is, you know, running and, you know, changing course and whatever. And then he does the big scream at the end because he just killed a guy. And so they do that a lot with these very physical characters where they say, we'll get the visual, we'll see how we like it, and if we don't, if we need more, we'll do an audio take that we can run over the top of that. So I am very, very excited for this because that's usually in the last stages of production, and we know that most, if not all, of season 1 is in post-production, right?
I mean, I think it's fair to assume that at least most is. I don't think we've seen anything confirming if they finished all the like on-site production parts of it, and if now everything is moved into post-production, because they did go ahead and kind of pull things back and everything again
Right.
because of the pandemic and its resurgence, especially in Europe.
Right.
So
It's still a worldwide problem, people. We're going to get through this, though. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
We humans are resilient bastards.
And while everybody else is getting that disease, I'm going to catch everything else but it, apparently.
Andrew's got our back on the rest
I
of
literally just like 2 weeks ago, I had a head cold. 2 weeks before that, I had a different kind of cold, minor. Now I've got strep throat, and it's just like.
All right. So Daniel Henny in the recording studio. Again, I know it's not the most glamorous of releases. It's not that initial video audio clip that we got, which was super choice. And it's not the Heron Mark sword. But there is one other thing that I'm just kind of springing on Andrew here. But I'm pretty sure he will agree with me. And it goes along with the COVID thing. Making a television show is a logistical nightmare when it comes to production. Okay. You've got actor schedules, you've got production team schedules, you've got prop team schedules, it is a massive undertaking. It is something that a lot of people work very, very hard to bring it to light. And I think a lot of people kind of take that for granted. They think, and I don't even mean that to be condescending. Please don't take it that way. I'm being sincere here. I think a lot of people think, oh yeah, we show up, they film, and then they go home, and that's what they do. And they do a couple scenes a day, and it's no. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. They do, and if you've ever had a chance, and this is kind of fragmented, but I'm going somewhere with this. If you've ever had a chance to do the sword experience with Adrian Paul, you get a better idea of how demanding physically and emotionally some of these things are. You'll do the same scene 10, 15 times sometimes to make sure that they get it just the right way they want. Or if you've got to film it from 5 different angles and you've got to get it right so that you can have it on film from 5 different angles. There's a lot of work that goes into these scenes. And for the production team to be giving us these little breadcrumbs, I think is absolutely wonderful. I am satisfied and happy with a 10-second clip of a sword laying in a field. I am satisfied and happy with a crazy little graphic and a 10-second audio clip of the actors in the show. I love this. I'm loving every minute of it, and I'm eating it up like it was freaking candy, man. It's the best. So I understand we're all a little restless. Like I said, some of us have been waiting for this 20, 30 years now. But we have to remember that these guys are working very, very hard to produce something that hopefully is great. And they're doing it under the constrictions of COVID. They're dealing with COVID, which is only compounding all of their issues, just like it's compounding all of ours. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that sort of as a frame of reference. So when they give us things, when they give us a clip or something like that, we can really kind of be, I don't know, a little bit more
understandably appreciative.
Yes, that is a really great way to put it. Because, yeah, would we love to see a trailer? Absolutely. Would love to have a trailer. Would we love to have the pilot episode? Absolutely. Would love to have that. And from all accounts, I believe we should have had those things by now, if not for COVID. Don't quote me on that.
Do you have a better insight on how production works tonight? I mean, the thing is we know that pretty much everybody involved with this, with the Wheel of Time TV show, they're fans. They're very proud of their work. They're very excited to do the work. They love throwing us stuff they can. They know we're hungry for as much as they can give us. So they want to have it out there. They want to have it ready. It's not like they don't want to bring us a trailer or the pilot episode or anything like that. They definitely want to. It's just in a lot of circumstances, they really can't, because some of this you have to manage the hype that comes up around everything. You can't
Precisely
put a trailer out there to hype a series that's not going to be ready to come out for another 8 months. Well, I mean,
yeah.
you can,
We're not Disney. We can't do a Finding Nemo trailer 2 years before the damn movie comes out.
yeah, I mean, because it's one of those things, like you're doing it on a platform that has its own namesake, but still may have to get all the people to pull into it, because everybody was getting HBO Max or whatever for Game of Thrones. Everybody's gotten Disney Plus for The Mandalorian. And most people already had like things like Netflix and Hulu. And this is different. This is Amazon Prime Video. That, they've got tons of shows that people get it for, stuff like The Boys, and a ton of other shows. The Boys is the only other one I've watched on Amazon Prime, because if you thought I was bad at trying to get New Spring Red, which is something I should have been doing while I'm trying to recover, but I haven't, because I'm a shit human being.
You're a beautiful human being.
They got to manage this. They want the hype to kind of crescendo when things are coming out. And if you put a trailer out now and we don't get the series until the end of 2021, there's a good chance that some of that hype will die down, and we'll all still be, right there for it. Other people may not be, and you just kind of want to maximize that kind of stuff. So
another thing,
just be thankful.
Yeah,
be thankful for anything we get, because they are trying. They're trying really hard, and it's not entirely. I'm going to say it's not their fault that there's not more they can give us.
I would agree 100%. And another thing to keep in mind is we are their minions in a lot of ways. When they release a clip, or when they release an image, or when they do something and say, hey, I'll answer questions online, it's our job as the fans. I love to say that. I got this like overinflated self-importance, sense of self-importance. But it's our job to hype it up. It's our job to share that out and say, hey, rest of the world, check out what Wheel of Time is doing and why it's so cool. So that when the TV show airs, it can kick Game of Thrones ass, which is what we want.
Which it will, regardless.
It will.
It's not too hard to beat a season or a series that ended the way Game of Thrones did on the screen.
Do you know what else is funny? And I'm sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, and we don't need to go into it. You know what?
I have a tangent for us to kind of close this off.
Okay,
it's not Wheel of Time, but it's still super exciting. And I know I'm not the only one that saw it, but on the 12th of December, Madeline Madden, that's a name you should recognize. If you don't, but you should.
If you don't, you should correct yourself.
Yeah. She posted kind of like a release flyer type kind of thing for the ARC animated series.
Oh, that's right.
And if you look at the list of actors in the very top middle is her name. And she is voicing Helena Walker, along with actors like, I don't know, you probably never heard of this guy. It's a low-tier actor named Gerard Butler. Probably never heard of him. David Tennant, Jeffrey Wright, just, a ton of amazing people. And I think they've actually released, they did, because I watched it, like a voiceover kind of hype trailer with a scene where Helena Walker is fighting somebody else. I'm not well versed in like the art, into the art game or animated series or lore, but I'm excited for it to come out. It looks really good.
Yeah, that's exciting for me.
If you haven't seen it, I'll put it up here on the screen somewhere. The flyer, maybe with or maybe without Madeline's tweet about it. But go and check it out for Arc Evolved, the animated series. It looks pretty dope, and it just goes to show that the cast, they're doing more things than just Wheel of Time. And this would be a great thing to do in a pandemic world. because you can be the only person in the booth doing your part.
True.
Or you can be well separated out, more than 6 feet and all that fun stuff. Because generally, I think recording studios and booths are pretty well isolated, closed off. Should be fairly easy to maintain and keep sanitary. So
first of all, reaction to Daniel Henny in the recording studio. I'm going to give it a 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give my reaction face. Andrew, you can give your reaction face too. Just how it made you feel. Just take that emotion, bring it up into your face.
Yeah. And Daniel Henny, I'm going to apologize ahead of time for not being as animated as I usually am. I imagine you understand. But if not,
he's a long-time listener of the show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so reaction to Daniel Henny in 1, 2, 3. God, I'm so excited. He's going to be the best. He's going to be so cool. I was so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to, like, bust out a sword and slice down that first Trolloc. Like, winter night, he's going to be, like, just, like, laying there, right? Doing his warder thing, like, sleeping with one eye open. And all of a sudden, Moraine is going to, like, pick her head up because she senses it. And he's going to go from this to instantly. He's going to be like, oh, I'm on full watch, baby. And
it's like,
that's what
have you seen, like, it's not really a meme. It's more like an animated shorter, not even animated. It's like, think of a Vine. And there's the dude passed out in the chair. Another dude comes over, grabs his wallet, starts pulling out all of his cash, and then takes and lifts up the guy's, like, sunglasses, and the guy's just sitting there, like, staring at him, and he just puts it back and walks away.
That's exactly.
That's how it is anytime we try to take anything from Lon.
That's exactly what's going to happen. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is BTP Reacts. We're reacting to stuff. And if you've got something you'd like us to react to, please let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the little red button that says subscribe. And
if it's gray, don't touch it. Or if it's not red, don't touch it. You already did what you needed to. It's good.
You done did your duty. Duty. But you can also go to our blacktowerpod.com. Go to our website. Check things out there. I hear there's a lot of fun happening. Follow us on Twitter at Tower Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Black Tower Podcast. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. Come follow us. Come have fun. And if you can't find us, we're on Instagram as well. If you can't find us, if you come to a social media platform and you go, hey, you guys aren't here, I will either prove you wrong by showing you where we are, or I will prove you wrong by creating a social media presence there.
We're definitely
Thank you so much.
Let's edit the created or join date on it.
There you go. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a lovely evening, and cheers.
Not sponsored.
That's why we blacked it out.
Yeah.